what other things do you think we should be thinking about when looking in the crystal ball, looking into the future?
Well, I think it's time for someone to have the vision of what we can do with less government intervention instead of more government intervention. What we can do to encourage private enterprise, besides taking money away from one taxpayer and giving it to a private enterprise that is friendly with a council member or a state representative or a state senator or any other elected political official. We've got to government. I'm obviously a very limited government type of individual, and I just think that we need to stand up and fight for limited government if we're going to have it.
I'll tell you what, I need to take a break in just a moment, but when we come back, I wanted to run by you a question regarding the police and fire, because there would be those that are somewhat trying to demonize them for their vote against the MAP 3 project. So
happy to address that.
If you would hold on a few minutes. News Radio 1000, KTOK, Gwin Faulconer Lippert here with you on this Sunday evening, talking to Representative Mike Reynolds. He has stepped forward and says there's some things about MAP 3 that we should be thinking about. Of course, as a citizen of Oklahoma City, you will be able to vote on MAP 3 on Tuesday, December the 8th. What will you be voting for? Well, Mike Reynolds says a new tax. It's a new tax, a penny sales tax for many years to raise $777 million for 8 projects, as it is represented by the mayor of Oklahoma City. So Representative Reynolds is here to talk about, I led you into this, and so I'd like to follow up. One of my interviews a few weeks ago said that she had received a telephone poll where they said things like, don't you think police and fire make too much money? Don't you think they should not come out against MAP 3? And so I was wondering what you think of the fact that it seems to be police and fire versus the council or versus the chamber, or how you view that.
Well, I've actually sat down and visited with some of the police and firefighter leaders, and they haven't asked for any raises or anything else. They've asked to protect our city. That's the job they're given to do, and they're not given enough resources to do it. We expand these programs, and then we don't make provision for hiring new and additional police and firefighters, new equipment, and so they've been demonized, and it's totally inappropriate. Anybody that says that they be against them because they are coming out for pay raises, the person, I suppose, ought to either resign from whatever job they've got if they're an elected official, or else decide they're going to sit down and get the truth, because that is not the case. And the police and firefighter argument, it's just, I guess it's an attempt to divide and conquer. I don't know. But I am in complete agreement with the police and firefighters' position on this tax.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe the council, when they say, we're going to make so much money as a result of these projects, it will grow your budget and we will be able to hire more police and fire?
The proof is in the pudding. That's what they've been saying since the first MAP tax. And what kind of disaster do we have with our economy right now? Those guys, I guess they think that if we give away more taxpayer dollars to projects that we understand, even though we're not corporate CEOs, et cetera, we sure know how to manage that money, and it's just going to do wonderful things for the economy. Our economy in the city, in the state, in the nation is in the tank because of these types of scams.
And so when you advised the police and fire, what did you tell them?
Well, I told them I felt like it was going to be a hard fight, but I think they had a natural constituency. One is all these people that are unemployed right now. I mean, I've run a resolution, a bill, the last 2 or 3 years. I haven't been able to get it voted on because the chambers are mightily against it, that said any election that is used to raise revenue has to be done in November when everybody goes and votes. they're going to be counting on just a few people showing up at the polls. And then they're going to say, oh, the majority voted. No, the majority stayed at home, unfortunately. I think the police and firefighters will be able to motivate a huge number of people to come to the polls and vote. And at that point, if the MAP tax passes, then I'll say, gosh, I guess that's what the people want. But when 2.5% of the people vote to pass one of these taxes, and then they start claiming, oh, the people spoke, that's crazy. Why don't you let the people